Hi students, we're going to work on the sheet I gave you called our first guitar chords, and I want you to notice that at the top of each of these chord sheets there's X's and O's, and what that means is you're to avoid playing those strings. So in the first chord we're learning A, you're going to try to avoid playing the sixth string, which is the string closest to you. You're going to try to play this, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 strings. Let me demonstrate. So first of all, your first finger is on the second fret of the D string. Your second finger is on the second fret of the G string, and your third finger is on the second fret of the B string. And if you don't play the lower E, it should sound like this. All the other strings can ring. That's the A chord. Now notice your fingers are as tight as they can go, and they lay down on the second fret of those three strings. It should sound like that. Now if you accidentally play the sixth string, it doesn't sound bad. That's a D with an E in the bass, because this is the E string. But it's is actually in the chord. So I suggest every day you pick up your guitar, you try to strum 50 good A's. Now, if ladies, you have long fingernails, it'll sound buzzy. The strings will buzz because I am playing with the fingertips, the very fleshy tips, onto the strings. That's the point of contact. So it should be, and it should be curved. My thumb is an anchor right in the neck of the guitar, right in the neck, and I press hard, and it sounds like this. Okay, that was the A chord. The next chord in the middle of the top is the D chord. Now the D chord, you have your first finger on the G string, second fret. Your second finger is on the first string, the E string, second fret. And now your ring finger lays down on the B string, third fret. So it's almost like a triangle. It's like that. And you have to curl your palm, curl your hand, so that the very tip of the fingers are making contact. And in this case, there's two X's on the E and the A string, so you're only supposed to play these four strings. If you accidentally play the A, it's in the chord, so it doesn't sound that bad. This chord is a handy chord because it is a movable chord. The D becomes an E on the fourth fret. And an A on the eighth fret. And it might sound reminiscent of a Beatles song. Add the seventh each time. That was 8 days a week by the Beatles. The last chord at the top right is the E chord. Notice you can play all of the strings. The E chord is the first finger is on the G string, first fret, and then the second and third fingers go to the fifth and fourth strings on the second fret. So you've got 1, 2, 3. A very sonorous chord, a very full chord. You can dig into all the strings. Again, the E chord is a fun chord because it's also a movable chord. If you want to sound like a really fancy guitarist, you'll slide to the 2nd fret and then to the 4th fret. And of course, that chord is going to be used in a lot of different songs. Next, in the 2nd row, we have 2 chords, G and C. Many, many songs have been built on these first 5 chords. Now, the G chord is all strings are played. First finger is on the A string. The middle finger, 2nd finger, is on the low E string, 3rd fret. And then the ring finger is down here on the 3rd fret of the E string. Like this, you have to stretch. And here's the G chord. Many songs, Lucky Man. Are played on the G chord. And the Beatles wrote With a Little Help, When I'm 64, that chord comes in handy. Now the next chord is the C chord. The C chord, you're gonna have to stretch your fingers a bit because it's first finger on the B string, 1st fret. You're gonna skip strings and you're gonna go to the D string, 2nd fret with the middle finger, and then the A string, 3rd fret with the ring finger or 3rd finger. And here's the C chord. You may notice in the chord chart I gave you, this string is X, so you're not supposed to play the 6th string, the E. Famous song by the Kings. We've learned all those chords. That was C, D, and E, and then better, Lola, that's Lola. Okay, the bottom row are minor chords, and the minor chords are, they have a lower third, so they sound, people think they sound dark or sad, but here was the D chord we learned second. The D minor is this, first finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string. Your middle finger skips over to the G string, 2nd fret, and then the ring finger is right here on the 3rd fret of the B string. So we have this. Excuse me, let me get that better. Now when I say better, I mean tighter. I have to clench like a vice my thumb and the part of my hand to really make contact and put pressure. And students, if you're just now playing for the first time, you're gonna notice your fingers are gonna look like you've just climbed a razor wire fence. And there's gonna be indentations. Now my fingers I've gotten toughened with calluses, but yours will take about 6 days to feel. There'll be no more pain, no more stinging. If you're playing a steel string guitar, I should say, if you're playing a nylon string guitar, the pain's gonna be minimal. But playing a steel string guitar, you're gonna find that it's not gonna bleed, but it's gonna get tougher and stronger as you go. So this was D minor. White Room by Eric Clapton and Cream was a famous song with a D minor. The next chord in the middle of the bottom is the A minor chord. And here was A before, the very first chord. Now here's A minor. A minor is almost like you took the A and you moved the ring finger to the 1st fret. So the 1st finger is on the B string, 1st fret. The middle finger skips over and is playing on the D string. And then this third finger, the ring finger, is right next to that one on the B string. And here's A minor. House of the Rising Sun is a famous song that starts with A minor. We have a song we're going to learn tonight on with A minor. Oh, A minor is also a perfect lead into C. A minor is this. Just move this ring finger to that fret. That's a Nirvana song. And then the last chord on the bottom, and the last one we'll work on tonight, is an E minor. And an E minor, it says the chart I gave you to play it 2 and 3, and that's the best way to do it. Because an E minor is just like an E with a released first finger. Here was E, the third chord we learned. Here's E minor. Just this string and this string. This was an E, now it's a minor. Okay, and that ends the chord study. I suggest you practice these chords, maybe start 25 of each, run through them, practice. You'll be developing your finger strength, your coordination as you strum with the right hand. You'll be building up your chord memory and versatility. The next step will be changing chords in time. All right.